Grove High School, and remain standing for the presentation of the colors by Union Grove High School's Navy Junior ROTC, to be followed by the national anthem.
stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wrecked there, the bombs bursting in air. They flew through the night
Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, Brayson Freeman will come forward to introduce our salutatorian.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I have the pleasure of introducing Union Grove High School's class of 2020 Salutatorian. Now, I remember walking into the gym on an early morning, but early before, my apologies, Jesus. Now, I remember walking into the gym on an early 8th grade morning before class began. I sat on the bleachers next to this kid who clearly seemed wise beyond her years. She had this textbook in her lap, and it was titled Gray's Anatomy. I then proceeded to ask her, why in the world is a 13-year-old looking through a medical textbook? At that moment, I always knew she was destined to do impeccable and worldly things. This girl is Olivia Creary. Yeah! As we remained friends throughout high school, I've seen her growth, curiosity, drive, and determination. Her various accolades never fail to inspire those around her. All-State Chorus and Reading Choir recipient, Math Honor Society president, Governor's Honors Program participant, and so much more. Science Honor Society, Environmental Club co-president, National Honor Society, Beta Club, National Spanish Honor Society treasurer, activist, and varsity volleyball player. In between activities and a plethora of AP classes, she still finds time to tutor math on all grade levels, dance, yes, dance, take sewing classes, and manufacture clothing. Additionally, she is a future student at Georgia Tech, planning to major in chemical and molecular engineering. Olivia is ambitious. She actually emanates the perfect combination of poise and exuberance. The reason why she's so apropos to me and why I am personally impacted by her is because of her friendship. It takes courage to acknowledge an irregularity, to remain accountable, and to formulate a solution. She's not afraid of tackling critical and sensitive issues in our society. Because of her boldness and candor, we've had numerous conversations about the reality of the world we live in. For instance, eradicating racial bias. No longer can we pretend that we are not impacted by the actions and reactions of others towards Black Americans. We cannot disregard injustice because we don't have a 1960s experience. And Olivia understands that Americans can do better by treating others fairly and with the utmost respect. She recognizes the importance of standing in solidarity even when it's uncomfortable and not popular. She preserves the custom that we all have a responsibility to enact change in the nation. That change starts with us and our generation. From George R.R. Martin, never forget what you are, for surely the world will not. Olivia, never change. Thank you for being hardworking, stylish, daring, spunky, compassionate, a motivator, a leader, obsessing over the number 34, having faith, hitting whistle tones, and giving the best advice. You will go far in life. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Union Grove High School's class of 2020 salutatorian, the Olivia Creary.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Brayson. I must admit, I have had numerous nightmares about this moment. one of which included me completely forgetting to write a speech. So my solution was to serenade you all with Rihanna's Love on the Brain, and it was not received well. Dr. Meeks cut the mic and graduation was ruined. However, it was Brayson who put me at ease. When I asked him how he speaks in front of people without any fear, he told me he thinks about everything that is happening in the world and realizes that there are more important things to worry about. It is that confidence and good humor that makes me proud to have had such amazing friends throughout high school. Union Grove, class of 2020, we finally made it. If you are like me, this moment is a great relief from trying to explain to people that I'm pretty sure we are high school graduates. Now we have the diplomas to prove it. Before I begin doting on how amazing the class of 2020 is, I would be remiss if I did not take some time to thank the people who helped me get here. To my mother and father, thank you for giving me the freedom to pursue every goal I have had, providing me with all the resources and support I would ever need to be successful. To my grandparents, I'm so incredibly grateful for the kindness and wisdom you have passed down to me. Of course, I do not think I would have been able to graduate had Mr. and Miss Mead not let me use their printer on late nights. And finally, thank you to my sister, who showed me at a young age how to be imaginative and who always made me laugh even in the most stressful of times. When we began voting on senior slogans last year, I was skeptical of the one we chose. I preferred the more ironic time to bounce. However, now I understand that we are deserving of the presumptuous best ones yet. And if you disagree, here is my argument for why. We graduates have persevered through trying times. 2016, the year we entered high school, as undesirable freshmen, was the mark of an exhausting 4-year period. Yet we have endured these hard times using the philosophies instilled in us by Mr. Freeman on the afternoon announcements. We unified our voices at the Locust Grove football game when we led a remarkably synchronized chant against the opposing team's quarterback. We displayed grit when we continued doing our online classes, even though we knew they were taking Term 3 grades. Ms. Edson's calculus students and student council were incredibly helpful to have consumed those slightly rotten snack cakes in the back closet. And finally, students at the end of this school year showed remarkable self-respect when they spoke up about the injustices that they have faced. I believe that there is a reason our class, with our self-declared greatness, is leaving high school into the world we know today. 2020 is halfway over, yet there have already been watershed moments. Just like we will not be returning to our normal routine of high school in the fall, the world will never return back to what we believed was normal. Our English teachers did not make us read Anthem, To Kill a Mockingbird, and Animal Farm to prepare us for a test at the end of the year. And our social studies teachers did not lecture for hours to make us memorize dates and battles. The diploma we are about to be handed does not mean we've officially escaped our learning environment. It means we've been properly equipped with the knowledge we need to not repeat history, but instead break barriers and create a new normal. At the end of World War II, the world was introduced to a weapon that could destroy cities in a matter of minutes. Thus, an organization needed to be formed in order to maintain peace at a time when global destruction was a possibility. A young Ruth Bader Ginsburg was nearing the end of her high school career when she spoke about the Great Charter of the United Nations, saying, "We children of public school age can do much to aid in the promotion of peace. We must try to train ourselves and those about us to live together with one another as good neighbors." She did not merely praise the organization that formed, expecting it to solve all of her and society's problems. She turned towards her peers, giving them the encouragement they needed to acknowledge that they could make a difference. She took this encouragement and became one of the most prolific civil rights leaders of our time. I want us to all think back at who we were at the end of 9th grade. If you're having trouble remembering, I'm sure the letter we wrote to ourselves that we are about to receive will help trigger some embarrassing memories. I know that I'm not the same know-it-all child I was in 9th grade, thanks to the quote I always remember Coach Gamage saying, "The more you know, the more you realize you don't know." I thought I knew a lot, so by his wisdom, I knew very, very little. My point is, in a span of 4 years, the person we were is almost unrecognizable. I am supposed to be praising our past, but in reality, it will not define who we are. We, like the world we live in, are changeable. What defines us is how we use our knowledge for the betterment of our surroundings. Dr. K would often say to his classes, "What side of history will you be on?" In 70 years, there could be another graduation speaker telling their audience about what you did at this turning point in history. I know we are the best ones yet. Our teachers, administrators, and parents know. Now we must prove to our universities, trade schools, and future careers that our slogan rings true. We will not prove this by receiving the highest grades or the most money. We will earn that title when we use the philosophies instilled in us to revolutionize and remedy the aching world that we are entering. And in the final words of Mr. Freeman, remember to do it with unity, grit, helpfulness, and self-respect, as that is the Wolverine way. Thank you, and have a good evening.
It is my pleasure to welcome you to the commencement exercises of Union Grove High School's 19th graduating class, the class of 2020. We are here this evening to honor the graduates of Union Grove High School, and we ask that you assist us in maintaining the dignity of this ceremony so that the graduates may receive the recognition that they so duly deserve. At this time, I would like to introduce our special guests who are here with us this evening. As I introduce you, please stand to be recognized. Henry County Schools Executive Director for School Leadership and Operations, Mr. Gabe Creary. Henry County Schools Board of Education Vice Chair, serving District 3, Mrs. Holly Cobb. Thank you both for being here with us this evening. At this time, Sydney Butler will come forward to introduce our valedictorian.
Good evening, students, family, and faculty of Union Grove High School. Robert Greene Ingersoll once said, "Intelligence guided by kindness is the highest form of wisdom." And tonight, I have the pleasure of introducing the person that personifies this quote. I don't remember the exact moment I met Miss Abby Cornell, but it was sometime in middle school. Knowing her, she was more than likely reading a book about 6 inches thick, and knowing me, I lied and told her that I would read it after she did. We quickly became friends, and we've been close ever since. Over the years, many things have changed. We've grown marginally taller, changed our hair, and thankfully updated our middle school wardrobe. But a few things about Abby stay the same. She still carries around a book that weighs at least 5 pounds. But she's also remained a kind soul that has never lost her drive that has brought her to this very moment. We've been friends throughout middle and high school, and over the years, I've seen her do enough work to make a grown man cry. While maintaining her valedictorian status, she's actively participated in the following: Literary Trio, Youth Leadership Henry, Mu Alpha Theta, Beta Club, Southern Crescent Youth Orchestra, UGHS Orchestra, UGHS Chorus, Spivey Hall Tour Choir, Eagles Landing First Baptist Church Youth Ministry, tutoring, both volunteered and paid, Drama Club, Thespian Society, and National Honor Society. And to put the icing on the cake, she was named as our County Star Student. And if her high school achievements weren't impressive enough, she will attend Georgia Tech, where she will no doubt dominate her major of biomedical engineering. While everyone here can acknowledge her academic prowess, I mean, she's literally our valedictorian, Abby is so much more than that big brain in her head. She's kind to everyone she meets and is vocal about issues that are important to her. Recently, I went to a Black Lives Matter protest, and Abby was there to show her support. When I laid eyes on her, it took everything in me not to cry on the spot. Seeing her there showing her support warmed my heart more than I can possibly say. The day after the protest, I received a message from Abby telling me I could use this opportunity to speak on Black Lives Matter, a movement that is very important to me. At first, I declined, telling her that this was her moment, but she insisted. And as I watched the situation in this country get worse, I felt more compelled to speak. So I'll say it outright right now. Black lives matter, have always mattered, and will always matter. Understand that when I say this, I'm not saying other lives don't matter, but all lives cannot matter until Black lives matter. Be grateful that you don't have to prove to society that your lives matter and stand with those who are fighting. This subject becomes more pressing as the days go on, but when educated young Black people speak about it, we are met with protests known as All Lives Matter or Blue Lives Matter, or he is the victim of his graduation speech being censored out of the live stream due to a perfectly timed technical issue. The matter is not political, it is simple human decency. Abby put it best in a comment under an Instagram post. She said, "If I said feed the hungry in my speech on Thursday, will you censor me too? After all, it is a humanitarian statement of compassion." Abby is one of the most compassionate people on this earth. She could have chosen to stay home and stay silent, but instead she chose to use her voice and fight to bring forth the changes that she wants to see in this world. If she keeps up with this streak, I have no doubt that I will see her on the news one day, and I hope she knows that I plan to capitalize on the clout of knowing her. Abby is everything a valedictorian should be. She's wise beyond her years and loving to every person she meets. I pray that she never changes, and I wish her the highest forms of success in her future. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our 2020 valedictorian, Abby Cornell.
I didn't fall. Thank you so much, Sydney. That was everything I could have asked for and more. I love you so much. I'd like to begin by thanking our county and school officials for working so hard to make this milestone a reality for our senior class, despite the ongoing fight against COVID-19. Not every school had the opportunity to close out the year with the ceremony we've all been looking forward to for so long. And I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity to be here in person celebrating the class of 2020. I never would have made it up here if it weren't for my amazing parents who have never shut down my crazy ambitions, my sister who supplied me with the coffee expertise to make it through AP courses, and my friends who have kept me afloat through this crazy senior year. I also wouldn't have made it to this point if it weren't for teachers who pushed me to grow as a student and a person. Miss Morris, Mr. Wright, Miss Amet, and Miss Edson, please start a college. I will come, I will drop Georgia Tech, I'm there. If someone had asked me in February what would be the most profound event to affect the class of 2020, I would have said the Taco Bell catching fire. Needless to say, a lot has changed since then. Everything from school to AP tests to how I ordered my 3 Doritos Locos Tacos, no lettuce, has changed to online. And I've never seen such a go, go, go society brought to a halt. It forced my workaholic self to stop in my tracks. So often we're told that what we do is the most important part of our self-identity, but with nothing left to do, where does that leave our worth? The world is now proving to us that our careers don't have to be our defining feature and are no more guaranteed than any other aspect of life. But luckily, you are given a name first and then a title for a reason. Where you go after this point makes you no less human, no less loved, and no less worthy of respect and kindness. You are not defined by your utility to the greater society. You're worth it by existing, not achieving. Over the past few weeks, a lot of us have woken up to the reality that our society was built on foundations of racism and greed, foundations which contradict the intrinsic value of Black lives. We, as the rising generations of adults, have the power to challenge and change these corrupt systems, to show that we were created with equal intention and potential. Making it to this achievement came from a place of privilege. My race, my economic status, and my religion are privileges. And the only right way to use them is to lift up and protect the voices of those around me. And I encourage all of you to do the same. I am not Black, but I will stand with you and use my privilege to fight for you until that privilege no longer exists. And I may not look like much, but if it takes 12 revolutions to bring you and the world one step closer to seeing how overwhelmingly full of worth you are, then so be it. Whoever you are, whatever you do from here, don't use your actions to determine your worth. Instead, let your intrinsic worth determine your actions. I am worthy of love, therefore I will find and feel love. I am worthy of change, therefore I will make change. I am worthy of betterment, therefore I will seek betterment. And you will try and you will fail, but your worth won't change because of that failure. You're still able to get up and try again, because no matter what happened in the past, you're still allowed to seek progress. You guys are incredible. You made it mid-pandemic, recession, social revolution. You're here walking across this stage, moving steadily forward, no matter how quickly the circumstances around you are changing. You aren't passive during these times either, though. I've seen your social media, your presence at protests. I've seen, apparently not the paper, your donations and contributions to organizations that are making change happen. You care deeply, and that care is going to continue with you into the adult world and be the driving force behind so much progress. I'm still here because someone along the way told me there's no number hanging above my head rating me on how well or how much I can do, and I want y'all to believe the same. You're worth it. I'm so proud of you, and I love you all endlessly. Go out and bring change, and Black Lives Matter.
We at Union Grove High School are proud to recognize those seniors who have displayed outstanding academic achievement. It is now our pleasure to announce the names of those students who are in the top 10% of the graduating class of 2020. Students, please stand as your name is called and remain standing until all names have been called. Hannah Arnold, Ali Ashraf, Aaron Banks, Dalton Bates, Kendall Brantley, Sydney Butler, Jolene Charles, Aaron Christie, Anissa Clark, Mackenzie Coates, Skylar Coleman, Elijah Cook, Abby Cornell, Margaret Coughlin, Olivia Creary, Isabella Daly, Zachary Davis, Brayson Freeman, Lauren Garcia, Kirsten Gobert, Martin Griffin, Heidi Hicks, Emily Jones, Ella Youngaber, Clarice Marston, Catherine Maroka, Shriram Muddyreddy, Audrey O'Crutney, Riley Payne, Nolan Randolph, Haley Reed, Sydney Roberts, Blakely Smith, Skylar Smith, Madison St. Clair, Kaylee Stanton, Jacob Venegas, and Sarah Yee. Please join me in congratulating our honor graduates. Thank you, students. You may be seated. We would like to recognize students who have maintained a cumulative A average throughout grades 9 through 12, as noted by the white tassel on their caps. Students, when your name is called, please stand. Our school counselors will assist in calling of names. Please remain standing until all names have been called. Ms. Reddick?
Rachel Allen, Aaliyah Alvarez. Rostacia Ambersley. Carmela Anderson. Nyla Armand. Hannah Arnold. Ava Ash. Eileen Ashroff. Abigail Avant. Logan Batchelor. Erica Banks. Aaron Banks. Gabrielle Banton. Evan Barker. Dalton Bates. Samantha Beach. Ashley Becker. Krishna Bagat. Lindsay Booth. Kendall Brantley. Giovanni Brown. Sydney Butler. Jolene Charles. Greer Christie. Anissa Clark. Mackenzie Coates. Charles Cobb. Kyle Cohen. Jalen Colbert. Skylar Coleman. Zane Cook. Abby Cornell. Margaret Coughlin. Colin Creech. Olivia Creary. Shelby Croker. Isabella Daly. Keziah David. Zachary Davis. Callie Delosier. Gabrielle Farrer. Chloe Ferrero. Brayson Freeman. Richard Fritz. Anaya Funny.
Chase Gamich. Lauren Garcia. Catherine Givens. Kirsten Gobert. Caitlin Gomez. Parker Goulsby. Genesis Greenlee. Colin Griffin. Martin Griffin. Emily Griggs. Brock Grogan. Malcolm Hawkins. Chandler Hayes. Ashley Hearn. Heidi Hicks. Wesley Hoagland. Armani Horton. Ariel Howell. Akela Isbell. Barama Jata. Kenny Jimenez. Emily Jones. Ellie Youngerbrewer. Ethan Jordan. Catherine Kadima. Tyler Kaufman. Safwan Khan. Divine King. Perry Lamb. Brianna Lanois. Kayleen Larson. Nicholas Lascala. Nyla Lane. Justin Lee. Micah Leggett. Jenna Livingston. Shayna Lofton. Madison Long. Clarice Marston. Hunter Martin. Abigail McClendon. Cameron McMakin. Ashley Mead. Colby Mercer. Catherine Maroka. Amari Morton. Sriram Mudireddy. Kennedy Neal.
Autumn O'Neill. Audrey O'Crutney. Marissa Osborne, Helly Patel, Riley Payne, Patrice Peart, Brian Petrelli, Christy Fan, Faith Phillips, Grace Phillips, Alex Pomachon, Amy Pickett, John Portwood, Nubia Quintanilla, Braylon Ralston, Nolan Randolph, Yatin Rawat, Matthew Reddick, Haley Reed, Sabrina Wren, Alicia Roberts, Sydney Roberts, Ashlyn Rowe, Sarah Rohrbach, Charles Rowe, Fabio Salgado, Kennedy Sawyer, Madison Schroeder, Kyle Schumacher, Taylor Skelton, London Skiba, Blakely Smith, Skylar Smith, Keon Smothers, James Southern, William Sower, Clay Spicer, Madison St. Clair, Cade Stafford, Kaylee Stanton, Benjamin Statham, Christopher Stelly, Trevor Sweet, Morgan Taylor, Nasa Thaxton, Madeline Thomas, Annie Obong Una, Dakota Underwood, Gabriel Van Gorder, Jacob Venegas, Colin Venable, Robert Wade, Ian Webb, Peyton Wofford, Sarah Yee. Please join me in congratulating our A graduates.
At this time, we would like to formally recognize Abby Cornell as our valedictorian and Olivia Creary as our salutatorian. Please come forward. Please join me in congratulating Abby and Olivia.
Normally I would hand it to you, but we're touchless. Go ahead. Congratulations, Olivia.
I'll head down the middle.
All students qualifying for recognition for Georgia Scholars must have exhibited excellence in all phases of school life, in community activities, and at home. Their course loads over the past 4 years of high school have been exemplary and reflect success in each. They have also successfully participated in interscholastic events at their school and in their communities, while they have assumed active roles in school-sponsored extracurricular activities. Union Grove High had 4 exceptional students who received this honor. Please come forward as I call your name. Abby Cornell, Olivia Creary, Martin Griffin, Sriram Mudireddy. Congratulations to our Georgia Scholars.
Congratulations, Sriram.
It is a pleasure to celebrate this milestone in the lives of these outstanding young people. Many of our students will receive Hope Grant certificates from the governor. In addition, we would like to recognize those students who have accepted scholarships for continued academic study. Please see the list in your program that denotes these students. The class of 2020 has been offered over $4.3 million in scholarships. This does not include our 129 Hope Scholars and our 66 Zell Miller Scholars who are eligible for scholarships valued at more than $1,700,000. Please join me in congratulating these students on this outstanding accomplishment. At this time, Ms. Ashley Edson will be presenting the Journal Cup Award.
As is tradition at Union Grove High School, 3 very prestigious awards are presented at graduation to recognize 3 outstanding individuals as chosen by the faculty. These awards are accompanied by a scholarship sponsored by Union Grove High School to assist the honorees as they further their academic studies. It is my honor to have been chosen by this year's senior class to present the prestigious Atlanta Journal-Constitution Cup Award. Each year, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution recognizes an outstanding senior in each high school in the metro Atlanta area who has put forth the extra effort to achieve excellence in academics and their leadership in school and community activities. This is the prestigious Journal Cup and the most coveted award a senior can receive. The faculty nominates seniors based on the following criteria: outstanding scholarship, outstanding leadership, outstanding service to the school and community, outstanding overall attitude. The recipient of this award is judged to be the best all-around student in this year's graduating class. This year's recipient is indeed outstanding in every way. At this time, it is my honor to present Union Grove High School's 2020 Atlanta Journal-Constitution Cup to Madison St. Clair. Madison, please come forward at this time. Please join me in congratulating Madison for this prestigious award. Miss Eileen Boggs will be presenting our next award.
The Spirit of the Wolverine Award is presented to an outstanding high school senior in recognition of a special type of young person, one who genuinely cares about people, one who is honest and hardworking, self-motivated and displays integrity, one whose actions, both on and off the school campus, indicate a desire to achieve and make a real contribution to society. I am proud to announce that based on these criteria, Union Grove High School has selected a very special young person as a recipient of the 2020 Spirit of the Wolverine Award. Catherine Moroka, please come forward at this time. Please join me in congratulating Catherine. Our next award will be presented by Doc Gamage.
With Union Grove High School's 19th graduating class, it is my distinct privilege to present the Cindy Shell George Exemplary Student Scholarship Award. This scholarship was established with the inaugural class of 2002 and was renamed in recognition of Miss Cindy Shell George, who retired after 33 years of outstanding service to public education. This scholarship is presented annually to sustain a legacy of academic excellence and to reward a senior who exemplifies true leadership, who is respected by students, faculty, and the Union Grove community, and who above all represents the well-rounded, intellectual young person whom we in education strive to assist throughout his or her continued educational process. This year's recipient exemplifies these characteristics and much, much more. She has indeed shown a true passion for excellence. It is my distinct honor to present Union Grove High School Cindy Shell George Exemplary Student Scholarship Award to Anissa Clark. Please join me in congratulating Anissa for this honor.
At this time, we would like to recognize our graduates who will be entering military service after graduation. We have several students who are entering the service, military academies, and ROTC programs upon graduation. At this time, if you will be entering the military, please stand. Congratulations to each of you, and thank you for your service to your country. Mr. Creary and Mrs. Cobb, under the authority vested in me by the Henry County Board of Education, having found that these students have met attendance requirements, Carnegie unit requirements, and state assessment requirements as prescribed by the State of Georgia Board of Education, I hereby declare these students to be graduates of Henry County Schools with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining. Congratulations. Our honored guests will be assisting me this evening with the presentation of diplomas. Of course, we're a little different this evening. Our students have their diplomas with them, so students, please bring them as you approach the stage. In order for graduates' names to be heard, we ask that your applause be brief until all names have been called. It is indeed our honor to present to you the 2020 graduates of Union Grove High School.
The first group of graduates to be named this evening is our top 10% of the class of 2020. Hannah Quinn Arnold, Ali Ashraf, Aaron Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I wasn't ready for the social distance. Hannah Quinn Arnold. Ali Ashraf. Erin Christina Banks. Dalton Allen Bates. Kendall Mathis Brantley. Sydney Autumn Butler. Jolene Charles. Aaron Greer Christie. Anissa Corinne Clark. Mackenzie Peyton Coates. Skylar Paige Coleman. Elijah Zane Cook. Abby June Cornell. Margaret Ann Coughlin. Olivia Grace Creary. Isabella Jolie Daly. Zachary Tyler Davis. Brayson Lawrence Freeman. Lauren Rose Garcia. Kirsten Lauren Gobert. Martin Nolan Griffin. Heidi Aiken Hicks. Emily Nicole Jones. Ella Charlotte Youngebrewer. Clarice Leon Marston. Catherine Lacey Maroka. Shriram Muddyreddy. Audrey Judson O'Crutney. Riley Alexis Payne. Nolan Anthony Randolph. Haley Nicole Reed. Sydney Elizabeth Roberts. Blakely Marie Smith. Skylar Rain Smith. Madison Grace St. Clair. Kaylee Mackenzie Stanton.
Sydney Jade Alexander. Rachel Stephanie Allen. Aaliyah Chanel Alvarez. Christopher Frank Alvarez. Rostacia Patricia Ambersley. Carmela Janee Anderson. Liana Danielle Anglin. Kenneth Emmett Anthony. Gianna Venecia Antunez. Nyla Jaquelisa Armand. Ava Rose Ash. Abigail Grace Avant. Logan Seth Batchelor. Alhaji Alayu Ba. Erica Kristen Banks. Gabrielle Jasmine Banton. Evan Nathan Barker. Mia Maylee Barson. Caden Scott Bartlett. James Paul Barwick. Sierra Danielle Battle. Ethan Matthew Baum. Samantha Morgan Beach. Ashley Lynn Becker. Krishna Vaipul Bhagat. Gloria Antoinette Blackwell. Austin Faith Boatwright. Gavin Wayne Bolton. Lindsay Morgan Booth. Corey Cherise Brackett. Connor Andrew Braun. Jayla Chanel Brewster. Giovanni Edwin Brown. Autumn Lynell Bryant Williams. Ashley Noel Burkett. Nadia Jaylee Burkett. Zane Clark Carter. Luis Felipe Cazares. Cameron Tyler Chapman. Mackenzie Ann Clark. Siobhan Aaliyah Clark. Madison Nicole Cleveland. Charles Wesley Cobb III. Leslie Hope Cochran. Kyle David Cohen. Jalen Dominique Colbert. Ayana Tamia Iman Coleman. Hannah Grace Collette. What is really going on? Merciful. Anthony Michael Consoli. Imani Wendon Cook. Nicholas Edward Cordy. Krista Marie Crane. Justin Cameron Crawford. Jaylyn Kamaya Crew. Shelby James Croker. Anastasia Gladys Ingrid Curtis. Christian Javier Damon. Kasaya Navinity David. Ashley Victoria Davis. Marley Orion Davis. Tristan Michael Davis. Tyler Adair Davis. Chloe Grace Delano. Callie Elizabeth Deluger. Presley Aaron DeMarcy. Sanaya Nicole Dixon. Alyssa Giovanna Douglas. Kaylee Elizabeth Duncan. Benjamin Guy Engelbrock. Callie Marie Erett. Byreese Ozarian Fairley. Gabrielle Elise Farah. Chloe Ann Ferrero. Kenay Christian Alexander Fleming. Timothy Mackay Flowers. Olivia Maxine Fogg. Glenford Lloyd Francis III. Robert Marion Freeman III. Richard Alexander Booth Fritz. Dallas J. Fuller. Hunter Mitchell Foles. Anaya Gabrielle Funny. Garrett Austin Futch. Grant Alexander Futch.
Chase Alexander Gamage. Kendall Rain Garner. Serenity Madison Gates. Megan Nicole Girolami. Catherine Grace Givens. Caitlin Gomez. Emma Lee Goodson. Parker Andrews Goolsby. Calum LeJohn Graham. Ashley Grace Gray. Tanner Ashton Gray. Genesis Talia Greenlee. Colin Michael Griffin. Emily Grace Griggs. Brock Harrison Grogan. Kyla Nishay Gums. Nyla Kiara Gums. Ethan David Hake. Bryce Anthony Hall. Dylan Scott Haller. Ryan Jacob Hancock. Chad Taylor Harris. Dakiria Durrell Harris. Jacob David Lee Haskins. Ethan James Hatcher. Chandler Riley Hayes. Ashley Lynn Hearn. Dylan Eugene Helms. Jada Madison Hewitt. Taria Melvina Hayward. Antonio Dewan Hill. Jacob Trevor Hill. Kennedy Lauren Hill. Wesley Chase Hoagland. Michael Keith Hodges. Caitlin Maylee Hoffman. Armani Denzel Horton. Ariel Loretta Howell. Dustin Lee Hudson. Ethan Gabriel Xavier Hughes. Tyler James Hunt. Alexander Lamont Hunter. Mark Edward Hutchins. Tajon Dion Hutchinson. Akayla Gabrielle Isbell. DeAndre Patrick Jackson. Barama Barkari Fartu Jata. Trinity Julianne Genema. Christopher Robert Johnson. Kamari Shaquille Johnson. Clark Austin Jones. Kenneth Craig Jones, Jr. Ethan James Jordan. Elijah Luke Justice. Catherine Betukamisu Ntumba Kadima. Sarab Kassam. Tyler Edward Kaufman. Safwan Ali Khan. Daniel Benjamin Kidd. Divine Brianna King. Kira Brianna Kirkland. Perry Ashton Lamb. Caitlin Brooke Lanier. Brianna Amari Lanois. Nicholas Joseph Lascala. Sierra Cheyenne Latham. Denicia Dariona Lawrence. Gavin Michael Lawrence. Nyla Danielle Lane. Alexandria Lauren Ledbetter. Elijah Matthew Anthony Leduc. Justin David Lee. Micah Adonijah Leggett. Jacoby Ephesian Leonard. Shantoria Marie Lewis. Elise Christine Lichtai. Megan Elizabeth Lindsay. Jenna Page Livingston. Madison Nicole Long. Frederick Elisha Lewis. Zion Bernard Luke. Jaden Joel Lynch. Dominic Antonio Macias. Isaac Taylor Major. Keyshawn Devon Marshall. Hunter Christopher Martin. Noah Alexander Martuzes. Ramon Mata III. Jaden Alexis Matthews. Teresa Nicole Mays. Sydney Caitlin McCoy. Julian John McDaniel. Davis Jean McDonald. Tara Rose McDonald. Dwan Lavelle McGee. Zacchaeus Jabez McKibbins. Cameron Elizabeth McMakin. Ashley Christina Mead. Colby Lewis Mercer. Colby Blaze Meredith. Tristan Chase Meredith. Antonio Lee Merkerson, Jr. Alexandria Monet Millen. Nora Lee Miller. Analia Reagan Mitchell. Macy Elizabeth Monahan. Delaney Isabella Morgan. Cameron Josiah Morris. Amari LeBray Morton. Ansley Grace Moselle. Kennedy Grace Neal. Lauren Michael Nelson.
Brendan Elias O'Brien. Autumn Lynn O'Neill. Isabella Teresa Oliver. Marissa Amber Osborne. Sade Chanel Nairi Overton. Giovanni Louis Padilla. Isabel Marie Padilla. Hallie Ajay Patel. Radhika Eilish Patel. Sakshi Patel. Shiv Kumar Viral Kumar Patel. Christopher Lamont Patterson, Jr. Angel Marie Paul. Chase Maxwell Payne. Deontay Joseph Peen. Patrice Della Caridad Pert. Ashton Lee Peters. Brian Christopher Petrelli. Christy Suanmi Fan. Timmy Tong Fan. Faith Marie Phillips. Grace Glennis Phillips. Alex Pomachan. Amy Nicole Pickett. Bobby Blake Pittman. Caitlin Blaine Polson. Chakia Kiera Pope. John Burton Portwood. Joseph Frederick Puron. Lillian Isabel Prang. Jalen Lemoyne Prater. Deshaun Jaquez Price. David Ramon Quintanilla. Nubia Elena Quintanilla. Debracia Debrek Rochelle. Robert Caden Radney. Braylon Aaron Ralston. Josephine Anna Ratanase. Gabrielle Renee Ravenel. Yatin Rawat. Matthew Ian Reddick. Michaela Nicole Reese. Michael Ricardo Reese, Jr. Winston Tate Reese. Destiny Yvonne Reynolds. Jeremiah Daniel Richards. Trinity Alyssa Renee Richter. Sabrina Tita Wren. Alicia Renee Roberts. Jordan Richard Robinson. Kijan Amir Roby. Ashlyn Mariah Rowe. Sarah Mariah Rohrback. Lucio C. Roman. Tatiana Anissa Brianna Ruddy. Fabio de Abreu Salgado. Thomas Mitchell Sams III. Patricia Rose Sanders. Evie Gabrielle Savoy. Kennedy Damaris Sawyer. Melanie Mae Schoenrock. Madison Christine Schroeder. Preston Weston Sevier. Andrew Tyler Simmons. Taylor Gabriana Skelton. London Sinclair Skiba. Olivia Halima Smar. Hallie Marie Smith. Kyra Janae Smith. Mitchell Thomas Smith. Samuel Hensley Smith. Keon Jalen Darnell Smethers. James Tyler Southern. William Peyton Sower. Clay Phillips Spicer. Abby Nicole Stacy. Mauricia Monet Staines. Benjamin Griffin Statham. Christopher John Stelly. Brooklyn Cheryl Stroud. Gregory Allen Sweat, Jr. Cody Edward Sweet. Trevor Aaron Sweet. Ansley Ellen Taylor. Grayson Riley Taylor. Morgan Perry Taylor. Kevin Timothy Terry. Nasa Benet Thaxton. Kiara Lee Thomas. Madeline Joy Thomas. Jordan Lee Thompson. Logan Dalton Thompson. Madeline Chase Thornton. Perry Ann Trainer. Precious Aquare Ubo. Eniobong Imo Una. Dakota Lynn Underwood. Gabriel Jack Van Gorder. Parker Wade Vernon. Trinity Marie Vandenbosch. Sarah Elizabeth Waddell. Robert James Wade. Alana Janae Warren. Olivia Audrey Watson. Judson Isaac Watts. Melvin Jeremiah Watts. Joshua Owen Webb. Brianna Deshae White. Therese Mikkel Wilder. Jelani Omari Willisey. Ashlyn Nicole Williams. Cameron Adarius Williams. Charles Andrew Williams. Deron Leon Williams. Justin Alexander Wilson. Shelby Ray Wimberly. Chase Matthew Withers. Peyton McGarrett Wofford. Seth Jameson Wood. Calvin Zing. Gavin James Michael Zwagel. Will the senior singers please come to the stage?
As senior officers, we are honored to present to you the 2020 graduates of Union Grove High School. Seniors, at this time, we proudly proclaim you as the 2020 graduating class of Union Grove.
Ready? Yeah, ready?
Congratulations and good luck, fellow graduates!
Graduates,